Here we have the all-new 2024 Chevrolet Trax. This one comes in the active trim level in Summit White. And then we have jet black with Artemis accent perforated leatherette interior. And the powertrain consists of a 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder, and that's made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. But as we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights, and I love the new look. It really kind of follows along with the Blazer in terms of just the overall stance and the headlamps and all that there. But down here we have these beautiful 18-inch aluminum wheels. I love that gloss black, and I love that we have a bigger wheel on this Trax. And we do get passive keyless entry on the front 2 doors. Power door lock controls are here. We have our power mirrors. We can turn those on and off and adjust using the dial here. And then we do have blind spot monitors in those mirrors. Rear window locks here. And then we have one touch down on all 4 windows, which is a nice feature. But bottle holder here, a little extra storage goes way back in there. Headlamp controls are here, and then we can adjust brightness there for the gauge cluster. And we can turn the automatic lights on and off. But our hood release is here. Here's a look at the pedals. We have a manual tilt telescope steering wheel. It's kind of hard to do breaking it in. But then here is our 8-way power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. And I love the stitching and all that. It just looks so premium. And just wait till you see the price tag on this thing. But huge shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Trax today. I'll leave a link below in the description. You all keep an eye on what they have coming in. Seat wasn't snapped in, but I mean, this legroom is, wow, extremely impressive. I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. My knees are just barely touching the back of the seat here. And of course, I could lean the seat up because I have tons of headroom above. If I wanted to do that just to fit 4 6-foot or taller people in here, I can do that. So you just have the seat back pocket on one side here. I like that we have a USB-C and USB-A charge port there, a little storage in that pocket. We don't have a fold down for the center, which is disappointing, but for the price point, you got to save money somewhere. There's our grab handle there, and then we do have a little hanger hook if you want to put a plastic hanger or a couple metal hanger hooks there. And pretty easy to get in and out of. But to the window sticker here, it's a little tinted, so I'm going to try and zoom in as close as possible so y'all can get a good look at the sticker, and hopefully you all can see. But I apologize if this is a waste, but I'm trying to zoom in as closely as I can so you all can see. So standard price of an Active is just $23,900, and then we have the driver confidence package here, which adds adaptive cruise control, the lane change alert, blind zone, and then the rear cross traffic alert. Highly recommend that, because for adaptive cruise, $650 is cheap, but $25,645 for this vehicle. And look at the fuel economy. And that's with a turbo 3-cylinder, and you get a traditional automatic transmission, which I appreciate. And fuel fillers here. And then as we come around to the back end, one of my favorite things about this, I mean, the overall design is beautiful, I think, and it really sticks out if you're into that. But just a good looking, especially in this Active, how you get that kind of polished gold trim throughout, or bronze trim. And then over here, we do have plenty of space and a side pocket here. And there's our spare underneath there. And on top of that, I love the black badging. Now, as we come to the rear passenger seat, you can see how dark that tint is as opposed to the front. But if you want to fold the seat down for even more storage, just pull up there, folds flat. So easy to do, and so easy to get it back into place. Just make sure the seat belt's out the way. And then you can just snap it in there. And we do get a 4-way front passenger seat here. It's manual, but for how most people will be using this thing, shouldn't be a big issue. And then you have the glove compartment there, pretty spacious. You have the owner's manuals. But again, with the active trim, I love having that brushed bronze throughout. It looks so great. But coming back around to the front here, pop the hood. And there's that 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. And this has a lot of similarities, as it should, to the Encore GX. Pretty much similar dimensions and all of that. But let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So first of all, love having the leather wrap steering wheel here. That looks absolutely fantastic. And to the screen here, we do get wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. And then for the radio, we do get AM, FM, XM. Then we have Bluetooth audio too. We can turn on or off our traction control, stability control. You have a shortcut there. And then right in here, you have your trip info, your gauges, and then your maintenance. And then you have 2 different pages for the maintenance. So tire pressure is there, oil life, and then scroll over, you get the engine air filter life. So again, it's so simple to use this system. I absolutely love it, the simplicity of it. And I do like that, I like that we're able to have the cool screen here, like in the Colorados and Canyons, but my headlamp controls are still where they're supposed to be, because I've had a little issue with how that works. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk and walk through the system at the same time, so being a bit redundant, but I apologize for that. But Wi-Fi hotspot, and then climate controls are here. You do get single zone, but I love that it's automatic. So I can turn that auto mode on there and then adjust that off by adjusting fan speed and then fan direction. And then we can toggle the AC, toggle the temperature, vents, cut the whole system on and off here. And then you have that same capability down here below, along with your 3-stage heated front seats. So we can adjust the fan speed, direction, and then auto, temperature there, then cut the whole system off. Defrosters, hazards, and then for volume, you can just adjust that here, and then you can click to mute that power button. And there's our backup camera with guidelines that follow us as we turn the steering wheel, excuse me. Now down here below, we have a 12-volt, a USB-C, USB-A port, storage, lane departure system. Let me adjust that brightness there. And then auto stop toggles here. And then for the shifter, with this being a 6-speed, which again, I'm so glad we have a traditional transmission in here. We have reverse, neutral, drive, and then low gear, and all that can be adjusted by grabbing that. And in low gear, we can actually shift using that paddle on the side. And then an electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. A little more storage. Center console cubby space. And then there is a look at the back seat from up here. Now to the steering wheel, we do have a heated steering wheel toggle here. Gap adjust for our adaptive cruise and forward collision alert. We can turn that on and off there and adjust speed, cancel. And then we have voice recognition, Bluetooth. This also serves as a mute button, and we can scroll through what we have available here when we pull up a certain menu. So if I put the music menu on here, it'll pull up my audio sources, and then I can scroll through that using this here. And then same thing with the phone. And then with the stalk behind the steering wheel, blinkers, auto high beams, and then we can turn the high beams when the headlamps are on and off there, and then flash here. And then windshield wiper controls are here. One time, that's off, intermittent, low, high. We can adjust the intermittent here, and then adjust our rear wiper right here. Pull back for the rear wiper fluid, push up for the front wiper fluid. And then behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can go through our track list, radio station presets when they're set up. Behind the steering wheel on the right side, we can adjust our volume. But I like having the digital gauge cluster here. It kind of shows you everything you need. the temperature as well as how much is in the fuel tank. And then also just having the screen here, there's so much you can do with it, but it doesn't become overwhelming. So they really did a good job with this vehicle, and that's why it's so hard to find these, and that's why it's taking me so long to review one, because they sell as soon as they get here. But push button starts there, and we do have a key fob with remote start right there. But now it's time to go ahead and take this all new 2024 Trax out on the road for a test drive.